Okay, welcome back to the channel. I'm keeping this one really chilled. I'm going to chat to you about the last week or two of illness and how it's impacted my training, why I'm making certain decisions going forward in terms of how I'm approaching the Brighton Marathon. I think it's very important to lock into a training plan, but sometimes the goalposts have to shift and you have to adjust, and I've made some changes. So in this video, I'm going to focus on two things. Why I'm switching up my training method for Brighton Marathon and the impact of illness on training plans. So if you've watched my past videos, you'll know that I was following the Runna app in a road to hitting a sub-3 marathon. I based this off of what Runna suggested my target pace should be. And I was feeling good. I did the workouts, they felt great. And actually this video is not going to be me bashing the Runna app. I actually think it's a really great tool that people can use. Issues start arising though when real life gets in the way and you can't keep up with the programming. Because it's essentially just scheduling through AI, through built-in systems, it's very difficult to know how to adapt yourself. You feel that you have to go out and gun all of these workouts that Runna are shoving at you, otherwise you won't make the target time. As with a lot of these apps and devices, having a good relationship with them is so important. Knowing when to trust them, when to not, is key to getting it right. Now, in the build-up to Christmas, I had an opportunity to work with a trainer that I really wanted to work with. So I had to make a decision whether to just follow my plan on Runna or make the most of the opportunity and work with the coach that I wanted to. When it comes to achieving goals now, I really want to give myself the best shot at doing them. So to have an actual coach who can adapt to where I'm at mentally, where I'm at physically, can look at numbers, it was a no-brainer for me. And I'm so grateful that I made that decision before Christmas, because now, going into February, I've had one of the toughest physical weeks I've had that I can remember, really. I've been so unwell, and having the coach there, adjusting my plan, adjusting where we're gonna go about attacking the paces that I wanna race at, has taken the pressure off. I'm not worrying about not finishing workouts that I haven't done. He's in the background working out exactly what I should and shouldn't do, when I should come back, how I should come back, ease into the training. Last week I was meant to be doing some time trials. I was going to do an FTP test on a bike, and I was going to do a 5K time trial to see where I'm at with that. My current 5K PB is 18 minutes and 52 seconds. I was going to be gunning for something close to 18 minutes or just below it. So to miss out on that opportunity last week, I feel really disappointed. I'd had a really good training block all of January, and it really built to this point where I felt really strong. I was doing a lot of different workouts that I wasn't doing before, a lot of hill training, and I really felt good going into last week, until this illness hit and I just couldn't do anything. So now we've adjusted and we're gonna go back, and I'm gonna have to spend a couple of weeks building up my strength again, and then we'll go for the time trials. So I've been ill for just over a week now. I probably won't be able to train this week at all. So there'll be 2 weeks I haven't trained, haven't been able to train, and then I'll start coming back next week, probably not feeling that great still, and I'm gonna have to build up. So to get myself back up to where I was before being ill, it's probably going to be about 3 weeks, which is, in my mind, isn't that far off a month of lost progression. So mentally keeping myself in check and not being too disappointed about this has been really hard. But it's also just life. And this is where having a coach really helps, because they can just connect with you on a human level. They can offer advice, they can offer sympathy, they can reassure you that actually it's not the end of the world, it's absolutely fine. So you don't get that from an app. The advantage to those apps is it does give people access to what a coach might do at a much cheaper cost. So it's Wednesday today. Last Tuesday we got back from a family trip and I started feeling really unwell. Both me and Kate started feeling symptoms of like flu, fevers, body aches, and we're still in it now, and it put me out all week. I haven't been able to train at all. I haven't even been able to think about going to the gym or running. And one thing that's been really weird about this illness is that the last couple of days I've had really bad aches in my legs, like almost like cramp in my legs. I'd be keen to know if any of you have experienced this actually, because it's nothing, I've never experienced this before, and it's the aches and the cramping is so severe that it keeps me up at night. I haven't been able to sleep very well the last couple of nights. So if anyone has experienced this, I'd be very keen to know what you have to say about it, and if you have a way of easing it off. I've sort of been having electrolytes like I've been training. I've still been keeping up with a bit of stretching and yoga in the evenings. I don't think that helped the aches and pains in my legs yesterday. I think actually it exacerbated it a bit. When you are ill, please just stop and rest. And I'm at fault here as well. Like every day I've been waking up wanting and wishing that I could be training, and it does your brain and your body absolutely no good to be getting yourself stressed out thinking about the training that you can't do. Sometimes life just deals you a shit hand and you kind of have to take it for what it is, try and assume that the universe is telling you to slow down because you maybe needed to, and just rest. Everything that I've been looking at over the course of this week, and I've done a lot of research into when you should train if you're feeling flu-like symptoms, when you should try and get out and do stuff. When you are ill, when it's a head cold and when it's above the head and above the neck, generally going out and doing some exercise can even clear that stuff up. Like if it's a head cold, you're probably okay to do some training. If it's below and you're starting to feel like chest infections, body aches, fever, then you need to rest, because your body is already dealing with a marathon inside. So you need to let that body, just let your nervous system just recover, let everything happen that needs to happen, allow your body to fight the fight that it needs to, because if you go out and train on top of that, your body's just not going to cope with it and you'll just end up being more ill. Your training won't be beneficial because any gains that you would have made are just going to get lost because your body's fighting so hard to cope with the internal battle that's already happening. So not only will you not make any progress because of the training, you'll also be making yourself worse because your body hasn't had the proper chance to fight the infection. So something that I've really had to get my head around this last week is when your body tells you to rest, just rest. There has been a lot, and I mean a lot of talk online about influencers overtraining and using apps, just having all of these goals in place that aren't realistic, but they just do them anyway and they get injured. And it makes me sad when I see people bashing other people for training. And when you're an elite athlete, you're performing at a certain level that has a number of different factors that are at play to allow you to perform at that level. And it's that dedication, it's that hard work, it's a mentality, it's a physicality. And those things involve the know-how and the discipline and the education to learn exactly how to train and how not to train. When people are just trying to achieve their goals, they don't have all of that knowledge, they don't have all of that stuff in place. And while it is on the person and the individual to educate themselves properly, sometimes I do feel that you kind of just have to learn the hard way. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It sucks that you're injured and you've overtrained, but not everybody has the intention or the will to educate themselves enough to learn how to train properly without injury, but everybody gets injured. I think people are just picking up on the fact that a lot of influencers now have been getting stress fractures and overuse injuries. But even if you take the influencers out of the equation, you've still got people who are going out training really hard, pushing it too hard and getting stress fractures. So it's not all about the influencers, and I suppose the people that are bashing the influencers are worrying about the fact that they're spreading misinformation about how to train, and they're suggesting that this is how you train, and you push yourself harder and harder and harder, and you train every day harder and harder and harder, sign up to all these events, you do all these things, and they're doing these events for clickbaits. And I suppose on that side of thing, I do agree with the frustration and the anger. But also, like, we're all out here doing our best. I really do feel we're all out here doing our best, and I think it's really important to remember that. And so this video is not about bashing Runna app. I actually really enjoyed what I did with the Runna app, and I want to do some of the workouts that are implemented in my plan, but I am so much happier now that I have an actual coach. And I know that's a privilege. I know not everybody can afford an actual coach or has the time to have an actual coach. But for me, I feel grateful and lucky enough to have the chance to work with a particular coach I've wanted to. Since starting that, it's felt like the absolute right choice. So if you are following like a plan on an app or online, maybe, and if you cannot afford an actual coach, maybe you can just pay for one session with a coach, just to outline exactly what you want to do. And it doesn't mean that you have to have this interaction daily with the coach. You're not paying for that privilege, but you do have an opportunity there to ask a professional how you can treat the workouts that you've got laid out and the goals that you've got laid out. And I'm sure any coach worth their salts would be more than happy to jump on a call with somebody who wants to know how to train properly. Every coach that I've met who have been great have just wanted to share information. And I think that's the important thing, is the finding the right coaches and the good coaches who just want people to succeed. There is a business element to being a coach as well. So I think it's important that we all understand that. But if you can find somebody who's willing to get on a call with you for an hour and just give you some really great advice, and you actually set up the call as that, so everybody goes in knowing what they're getting themselves into, I think that's a really good method of using these apps with some real insight from a professional. So it's Wednesday today. I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday that were all meant to be training days. I can't imagine I'm going to be training any of those days, and that at the very best case scenario, Monday I'll be able to come back and start doing some training. So I'm going to treat this as week one of the final push towards Brighton Marathon. I've got 10 weeks, which will also include like a 1 or 2 week taper, which gives me 2 months now to recover, dial back into my training, push it as hard as I feel I can push it, and hopefully come into Brighton Marathon swinging. So thank you for being on this journey with me. A bit of a weird one today because I haven't been training. It feels weird jumping on talking about what my training block is when I've had the week that I've had. It's going to be a video every week now, but every week now I'll do an update on the Brighton Marathon prep, and I'm really excited to dig back into it. I cannot wait to train again. It's been really rough. So give this video a like if you're going to come along for the journey, and subscribe as well if you want to keep updated and hopefully learn something on the way as well. Like, I'm hoping that as I learn things about my training, you can learn from me as well and learn from my mistakes. And have a great week and weekend.